guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be my updated morning skincare routine. I am literally going to be doing my skincare routine, and I thought, why don't you just film this? Let me do my skincare routine with you guys. I know I've done a lot of first impression skincare routine, but this is my actual legit routine that I've been doing for, I believe, pretty much. Most of these products I've been using for over a month maybe, or close to a month. I feel like pretty much in lockdown these are all the products that I've been using, and if I've not been using these, I've been using something similar to this, and that is what I would like to tell you, that it's not necessary that you use the exact same products that you use in that you see in someone's routine. Of course, you can take those products as recommendations, that is what I do a lot of times. If I feel like something would suit me as well and would suit my preferences, but it's not necessary that you use the exact same products. You can use anything that you have that does a similar purpose. Also, I have a video in which I talk about how you can layer your skincare and what skincare steps you can use in your skincare routine, and kind of like a skincare guidelines for your skincare routine kind of a video. I'm pretty sure it went up last week. When you're watching this video, it's already gone up. Of course, when I'm filming this, it's not gone up yet, but you can, I will leave a link in the description box. I will remember to do that. I will leave a link for you to check that video out, because I feel like if you haven't watched that video, this video might not seem complete to you, because I'm not going to explain skincare steps in this video. I'm just going to be talking about the products specifically, because I feel like every single time if I do a skincare routine video, like an updated one, and every single time I explain all of the steps, it can just be repetitive and boring, for me to say and for you to listen. So these videos are going to, these particular videos are going to be more product centric, and then that video is kind of a guideline. So watch that video if you haven't already, and then you can watch this video and other skincare routine videos that I post. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's get started now. So the step which I have done already in the shower is face wash. So I wash my body, my face, brush my teeth in the shower itself. And the face wash that I literally picked out of my shower to show you is which I've been using, and I've been using for a while. If you see, I am right here. So this should be gone in maybe another month or so. Let's see. This is the VLCC Alpine Mint and Tea Tree Gentle Refreshing Face Wash, and this one is particularly meant for normal to oily skin basically, and I totally agree with it, because it is a little bit more drying on the skin. So right now my face feels a little bit tight and dry because I use this, and I used it 10-15 minutes back because I was setting up the video and all of that. So yeah, I wouldn't highly recommend this, but I feel like any face wash is fine. I wouldn't go ahead and repurchase or recommend this product in general either ways. I would just use anything that I have in my collection, any refreshing face wash that is not as stripping and harsh as a carbon cleanser would do. So yeah, just use whatever face wash you have. Moving on to the next step is toner, and for toner I'm going to be using the Ole Henriksen Balancing Pores Oil Control Toner. I have the smaller size that I bought from with a value set. So I bought a value set with I think 4 or 5 products from this range, and that's the reason why I got a smaller size. This is 65 ml, which is 2.2 fluid ounces. So this is one of the more newer products in my updated regime. I have not been using this for a very long time. Like you can see, I've hardly used a little bit. I've used this the past week because I wanted to mainly try and test this out, but then I've also been dealing with a lot of bumps, and there are 2 pimples right here. I don't know how well the camera is going to be capturing that, but there are 2 pimples here. There are a lot of textural bumps and pimple looking stuff. They're not pimples, but they're bumps and a lot of texture that I have on my skin right now. And it's mainly because I feel like I took a slight break, or rather I started using chemical exfoliation a little less, and I've been using chemical exfoliation as a method for a very long time, which is why I feel like my skin is very much used to it, and when I don't do it, my skin doesn't do well with it. I feel like I constantly need to be doing it in some sort of form, in some routine, in some way, in some step. Otherwise my skin just, I don't know, freaks out and it's not doing well right now. So that's the reason I'm going to be using this. Like I have been using this in the morning, and I have noticed that, like, normally I don't mix actives, but I'm going to talk about another active, and then this one contains AHAs and BHAs again. It has all the three acids. It has glycolic acid, it has salicylic acid, and it has lactic acid. I did check the ingredients, but it's not very high up on the ingredient list, so it's a little bit more gentle. And in general, in toners, you see chemical exfoliators a little bit more. Like they're not very high up on the ingredient list, and the concentration is not very high, so it's not going to be really hard for your skin if you're just getting into it. So yeah, if you have uneven like skin, I would say that you can use this or any other toner that has AHAs and BHAs in them, because it's going to work really well for you. Now I actually have a Kara wet wipe. It's completely dry, but I have to use my toner with this because I actually ran out of cotton pads. I don't have any more cotton in my house. I did not restock before the lockdown. So yeah, the wipe is completely dry. I can't even like call it a wet wipe because of how dry it is. But yeah, I just pour a little of toner on the wipe to make it wet, and uh, I just apply it like this all over my face and my neck. And you can use any toner, I feel like, for this step. And it's not necessary to use this. And again, if you don't have skin texture, if you don't have like uneven skin, and you don't need, like, even this is the step that I included because of my current skin situation, but I wouldn't like always use this. And before this I was actually using the Tole Mooli green tea watery skin. That's like a hydrating toner. So you can use any toner, any face mist that you have. And I feel like, again, in my routine, toners and face mists are necessary because I'm going to use actives, and actives are basically an ingredient which is more potent and which focuses on, I feel like, particular skin concerns. So things like vitamin C, niacinamide, AHAs and PHAs, these are all actives. And when you're using actives, it's very important that the balance, like the pH balance of your skin, like the pH of your skin needs to be balanced. I feel like that makes more sense because that way your actives are going to work better. If your pH is not well balanced, then your actives are not going to work as well. So moving on, next I have my moisturizer, in which I actually put my active in this and I mixed the two together. So I created like my own concoction of a moisturizer. So the moisturizer I'm using is the Avon True NutraFX Mattifying Gel Cream. So I kind of like ran out of all of my gel moisturizers, and this was the one that I found in the back of my like cabinet. I bought like a backup of this a very long time back, and I ran out of all of my gel moisturizers, and then I found this. So I was like really happy, and that's the only reason why I'm like talking about this and mentioning this. But I would use like any gel moisturizer. The Pond's one I'm actually waiting to repurchase post the lockdown and everything, but yeah, any gel moisturizer would work really well for me. And if you have normal oily skin, I think and if you like gel moisturizers, it would work really well for you. Or you could use any other moisturizer, even like a creamy one, it's totally fine. Depends on your preference and your skin type. And I mixed in my vitamin C inside this. So I used the Sugandha antioxidant serum. I believe that's what the name is. It's a vitamin C with centella, vitamin E, I believe. So yeah, I just dumped that whole bottle into this because earlier I was using the Sunday Riley tidal cream, which has alpha arbutin. And if you don't know what alpha arbutin is, it is it's not vitamin C, but it's like similar in terms of like the brightening and everything. And I mainly use vitamin C for the brightening. I mean, of course, I use it for the anti-aging benefits as well, but mainly for the brightening. So I had like a tiny sample, again a sample that I got from Sephora to like try and test out, because of course the full size is like super duper expensive. Like even the sample was really expensive. In Indian currency it was around like $1,000 I believe, and it hardly lasted for like 10 days. So yeah, I was using that basically, and the idea of having a vitamin C or like a brightening ingredient as an active ingredient in my moisturizer, like the idea seemed so amazing to me. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to create my own concoction. And I mean, obviously, I'm at home uh, doing pretty much nothing in quarantine. So, yeah, it's kind of made me really intrigued to like doing all of this crazy stuff. So, yeah, ideally, I would use a vitamin C serum first on my skin and then put on my moisturizer. But I was like, you know what, let's pretend that we're a formulator and let's play with our skincare. So yeah, that's the reason I put all of my vitamin C in my gel moisturizer, mixed it all up, and now I just use it as one step instead of two. But of course, if you're not as crazy as me, then what you could do is you could like use it, like I mentioned, as two separate steps. And again, vitamin C is something that I use because I have like pigmentation and acne marks. I mean, I feel like you can clearly tell in this video. So yeah, that's the reason I use vitamin C. If you have different skin concerns, then you can use different serums, but your serum is what you should ideally be using after a toner and before a moisturizer. So yeah, now that we're done with moisturizer, the last step is going to be sunscreen. And for sunscreen, again, I have this one right here which I've been using a lot. This is the Plum Green Tea Daylight Sunscreen Gel with SPF 35 PA triple plus. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell, but since I'm like I have light coming from right there, so if I hold up the bottle, I can see that I have like this much left, which I'm super duper happy about, by the way. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this. And again, I'm using this because I've used an active, and when you use any sort of an active, it's always better to protect your skin with an SPF. And even if you don't use an active, you should definitely be using a sunscreen. Now, if I was not using an active and if I was at home, I wouldn't use a sunscreen. But if I'm ever stepping out of the house, I will use a sunscreen no matter what. If I'm using an active or if I'm not using an active, it doesn't matter, but I have to use a sunscreen to protect my skin because I don't want to look like 50 when I'm 40 or 40 when I'm 30. Yeah, I rather would want to look like 20 when I'm 30, if you know what I mean. Of course, that's not gonna happen, but we can all hope and dream, I guess. So yeah, this is like a super lightweight gel sunscreen. Again, I love my gel sunscreens, and those are the only ones I use now. I have just stopped trying and testing out like more creamy, lotiony kind of sunscreens. So I don't use them anymore because gel sunscreens are literally my favorite. And I also have another option which I have been using. So like this one, like I mentioned, is going to be almost done. So once I finish up this, I will use the Kaya Sun Defense Ultra Light Aqua Gel Sunscreen SPF 25. I've used this a couple of times as well. I took like a break from this and then I started using this, and I was trying and testing out this as well. And it works just as fine. They're all lightweight gels. Both of these, when you first take in the palm of your hand, they look more white, but they're like translucent a little bit, and once you start massaging it, it gets absorbed super quickly into the skin, and yeah, it doesn't leave any sort of a residue or doesn't feel oily, doesn't like look white and weird when you sweat. Like I sweat on my face, especially when I'm out in the sun, which thankfully I'm not these days. I mean, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, but let's not get into that. But yeah, what I like about gel sunscreens is that they're not sticky, they don't leave any sort of residue, they don't have that whitish appearance if you sweat on your face. So yeah, that's the reason why I love my gel sunscreens. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, and that is pretty much it for my morning skincare routine. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and if you did, then definitely make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also hit on the bell button, because that way you'll get to know every single time I post a new video. I will also leave the links for pretty much everything that I mentioned in this video in the description box. I feel like everything is easily available. The face wash, the moisturizer, I'm not sure if it's available because you can buy Avon only through representatives, and there are very few products which are listed on Nykaa, like in comparison to the actual range. So a lot of the Avon stuff I don't actually find on Nykaa to link. And again, the Ula Hendrickson toner is not available in India, but you can use any other AHA, BHA toner that you can find. I know the Indian market doesn't have a lot of options, but definitely check out more like I feel like homegrown smaller brands, especially you can find a lot of those on Instagram, and I feel like you might find something like this there. Or you can check out the Pixie Glow Tonic. That is actually one that I'm planning on purchasing as well soon, because that is, I feel like, one which is more easily available in India, and you can find that in Sephora stores, I believe. I've seen it in the Sephora stores which are near my house, like most accessible to me, and I hope that they have a Pixie counter in most Sephora stores in India. I'm not sure about the online, like Sephora India availability of the Pixie Glow Tonics, but yeah, this one is unfortunately not available. But yeah, I do like this. I've been using it enough to know that it works well for me, and it's not going to cause like any issues for my skin. But I need to see how effective it is in terms of like skin tone and skin texture and everything, and that will take a little bit more longer. I can't expect this to give me like immediate results. So yeah, I'm gonna continue trying and testing this out, and you'll see me talk about this in like future videos. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This video is like 16 minutes long, and I'm not gonna make it any further longer. So I'm gonna go now. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye. Bye bye.